Day 2 of this year's World's Strongest Man is over, and now we know our 10 finalists. It's been an exciting few days of competition. Obviously some of the big names doing very, very well, but a couple of surprises as well. Shall we take a look and see what's been happening?
Yes. So group number 1 has been incredibly close throughout, particularly between Luke Stoltman, Eddie Williams and the newcomer Tristan Hoth. Now, Trey Mitchell really pulled himself back into the competition after winning the Viking press.
Yeah, he did. Obviously, day 1 didn't go to plan. We can see he's not at his best, but he didn't give up at all, kept fighting, got close to getting into a stone off, but not enough. Tristan Hoth, unbelievable, winning his group at his first ever World's Strongest Man, but the real battle came down to Luke Stoltman and Eddie Williams, who ended up tied on points after the first 5 events. Luke Stoltman actually slipped down into 3rd place based off the last event winner rule. So Eddie had the advantage going into the stone off. However, Luke Stoltman is training partners with the best stone lifter in the world. We've seen he's been training hard at it, and it paid off. Luke Stoltman getting through the stone off and making the World's Strongest Man final.
So that means qualified out of Group 1 is Tristan Hoth. This is his first appearance at World's Strongest Man, we should remember. And he actually only got the call up 2 weeks ago.
Unbelievable.
So he's really not prepared for this.
Yeah, really, really impressed. What is it with Canadians and just doing this at their first World's Strongest Man?
Then also qualified with him was Luke Stoltman. In 3rd place in the group in the end was Eddie Williams. But Eddie was unbelievable. We should talk a bit more about it.
Huge progress. Been super impressed. Like I said in some of the lives, impressed with his weaker events because they've clearly improved. He's worked hard. It's a shame to see him go, but he's got, he's going to be able to hold his head up high. Unbelievable performance, and we will see more of Eddie in the future. But today was all about Tristan and Luke Stoltman.
Group number 2 ended up being super interesting. Now, Mitch Hooper and Andre Foytu had already had a great day 1. They had a good day 2 as well, with Andre winning the Viking press with 15 reps, Mitch behind him in 2nd place with 14 reps. We then found ourselves in a position where 4th place, Spencer Remick, couldn't catch Austin, who was in 3rd place. 3rd place couldn't catch Andre, who was in 2nd place. Andre could catch Mitch. However, the last event was the car walk. Mitch, one of the best in the world at. Andre would have had to beat him by 2 clear places to win the group. So some tactics going on there on the final event, which didn't really surprise us. They wanted to save themselves. Andre, such a clever head on his shoulders. He's 22 years old.
Yes, I mean, interesting. I think
interesting.
I think Mitch has probably got what he wanted more than anyone out of that group. He's been able to qualify easily in 1st place and not expend too much energy. When we saw this group originally, we did think it was going to be a battle between Austin and Andre, for 1st, 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah.
And we kind of felt, although Andre was such a great athlete and could probably place higher in the group, that Austin would be the better stone lifter. It seems to be the one sort of weakness that Andre has right now. Let's just remind everyone, though, he's only 22 years old, the youngest athlete in this competition. It came down to the stones. Austin did take the win, so he is the first representation from Mexico to ever be in the final at World's Strongest Man, so congratulations to him. But I do want to give Andre some props. This kid has a massively bright future, and I can't wait to see what he does in a couple of years' time, because 22, I wish I was that good.
I know. So in the end then, Mitch Hooper won that group, and qualifying with him is Austin Andrade. Oh God, I butcher the name every time I know. And then it was Andre Foytu, and then behind them was Spencer Remick, Nick Canby and Gav Bilton, who unfortunately pulled out today.
Yeah. All sorts of carnage happening in group number 3. We should point out that Thomas Evans won the Viking press, which kind of really pulled him back into contention. And not just won the Viking press, but won out of every single group, hitting 17 reps. But more importantly, Adam Bishop finished after the car walk. Adam was still in 2nd place.
Half a point behind Matt Ragg.
Yeah, just half a point behind Matt Ragg. However, unfortunately, he picked up an Achilles injury on the car walk and had to go to hospital and ended up pulling out of the competition. So even though he was in second place, he didn't end up doing the stone off. The stone off went down to Ivers, who was in third place overall, and Thomas Evans, who was actually in fourth place.
Yeah.
Matt Ragg qualifying automatically, taking the win there. So real devastating for Adam, because day one he was unbelievable. He's clearly come into World's Strongest Man in fantastic shape.
Yeah.
And he's just been hit once again with some bad luck. Wish Adam the absolute best. Obviously, congratulations to Matt Ragg qualifying without needing to do the stone off. When it came to the stones, though, Ivers had a very easy win. Thomas Evans lifted the 140, but it didn't look great. No. Ivers lifted it back very, very comfortably, and then it came to the 150 stone, and Thomas Evans couldn't lift it. He was slipping a little bit all over the place. We weren't sure if it was bicep or tacky issues. Have been told his biceps are okay, and it was just a tacky issue. But a very easy win there for Ivers. He'll be very pleased with that, so he didn't have to expend too much energy on the stone off. Matt Ragg winning the group, Ivers Schmackster going through in the stone off.
Now, group number 4 ended up being the closest group out of all of them. It's been up and down all over the place, but with one constant, and that is Evan Singleton leading the pack. He won the Viking press today, which meant he was already 7 points clear of second place, and he did not have to do the car walk at all. So Evan chose not to do the car walk, which left it up to the other guys. And this was so close in points going into this. We saw some decent times from the likes of Evans, Nana. Heartbreak for Rauno, as I spoke to him afterwards. He said, I am biggest idiot. I had bar at wrong height. He said he could barely move it because it was too high up for him.
Rauno, you're the most experienced athlete out there. Come on, man.
He made the biggest rookie mistake, unfortunately, but it was always going to be hard. This was a very fast group of car walkers, and it came down to Pablo Cordiaca and Marcus Crowder being in second and third place respectively. Now, they had a good little battle on the stone off, but ultimately it was Pablo Cordiaca taking the win there. So Evan Singleton qualified automatically without having to do the car walk, and then Pablo in on the stones with Marcus Crowder in third place.
Absolutely. Like this group really was exciting. Yeah. So close between the 5 athletes after Evan.
Yeah.
I mean, Evan clearly showing his class, but super proud of Pavlo, to be fair, because they were never the best events for him on paper. He started off day one and was really struggling, but he kept fighting hard, pulled himself back into the competition, and he's got himself into the final on the stone off, and he has some good events in the final. Really so events, yeah. Completely different contest. I think he can do very well in the final. So in group number 5, another exciting one. The heavy favourite in this group, Tom Stoltman, doing what he needed to do. I think he got 14 reps on the Viking press, tied for first place. All he needed to do was move the car to secure his place in the final, so he made sure he did that. But the big battle in Group 5 came down for second place between Canadian Wesley Dewinski and last year's finalist Jaco Schoonwinkel. Wesley actually finished the group in second place, having that advantage to go into the final. He just needed to match anything that Jaco did. And it seems like stones maybe not Jaco's strongest event. Wesley Dewinski making sure he is the 3rd Canadian into the final of this year's World's Strongest Man. 3 Canadians, they are the highest representation in this year's World's Strongest Man final. There was only 3 in the competition, all 3 into the final. And how cool was it that JF Caron turned up to watch and support them?
Really nice. So that means the 10 athletes in the 2024 World's Strongest Man final are Tristan Hove from Canada,
Luke Stoltman from Great Britain,
Mitch Hooper from Canada,
Austin Andrade representing Mexico,
Matt Ragg from New Zealand,
Ivers Schmaukstelis from Latvia,
Evan Singleton from the USA,
Pavlo Cordiaca from Ukraine,
Tom Stoltman from Great Britain,
and finally Wesley Dewinski from Canada.
An exciting group of athletes.
It is. There's some of the big names that everyone would have expected to be in there, but new names also. It's going to be an exciting final. Should we remind people quickly what the events are in the final?
Yeah, of course. So the first event they're going to be doing is the Giants Medley, which is a 20-metre race, first with a yoke and then a frame. I believe it's that way round, not the other. Then they're going into the Max Axel Press, which I know you're very excited to watch.
Looking forward to seeing some big numbers go up in that one.
Then they've got the Max Height Keg Toss Throw. So the keg weighs 15 kilos with a rising bar height. Then they're going to be doing the Conan's Wheel, followed by the BF Goodrich HD terrain tire deadlift for reps. I think I got it.
I think you got it.
I think I did, which is a 360 kilo deadlift for reps. Then finally, they're going to be finishing on the Atlas stones. So predictions time, Lazo.
Predictions. And I'm going to put a top 5 out there. I'm going to chuck my top 5 into the hat. I'm going to say Pavlo Kordiaka comes in 5th place.
Nice.
Matt Ragg in 4th. Evan Singleton getting on his first podium in 3rd place.
Solid.
Tom Stoltman for the 5th year in a row coming top 2, taking 2nd place. And I feel Mitch Hooper is going to retain the world's strongest man and become the 2-time winner. That's my top 5. So we've got Mitch Hooper in 1st, Tom Stoltman in 2nd, Evan Singleton 3rd, Matt Ragg in 4th, and Pavlo Kordiaka in 5th. Who are you going for?
Do you know what? For the first time in my life and our marriage, I think I agree with you completely. I do. No, I do agree with you. Looking at the events, so like lots of people have strong events in there. There's cases for Pavlo. He's got the Conan's wheel in there. He holds the world record with Giants Live. Matt Ragg, I think he could do exceptionally well on the deadlift and a couple of other events. Tom Stoltman, he's got that banker in the Atlas Stones, and I think he's going to win the throw as well. I think Evan's going to be consistent throughout, but I think no one will be more consistent than Mitch Hooper.
Yeah, I feel, there's certainly names that can surprise us and have already surprised us. Tristan Hoyth has already done supremely well.
Yeah.
And you know what? I wish every single athlete out there the best of luck. There's reasons I predict these guys will be the top 5. I feel for Luke Stoltman, the events in the heats were a little bit better than the events in the final at this year's competition. I think some of the new guys that have had to sort of battle hard to get into that final will start to feel that fatigue. They're maybe not used to competing over such a long period of time. We saw that last year with Matt Ragg and Yako. Obviously Yako got injured, but Matt Ragg, who we all know is super good, he did start to fade coming into the final. Wouldn't surprise me to see that. Ivers Schmaxlers, I absolutely am so happy to see Ivers in the final, and he's a great all-round strongman. I just feel in this lineup there's not enough events in the final where he can pick up big points.
Yeah, I agree.
So I find it hard to see him coming top 5 in this one. But anything can happen. I wish every single athlete the best of luck. The best man will win, and I will certainly congratulate them. But obviously I've got to get behind my man Mitch Hooper, and he's looking very, very good.
Yeah. So there we have it, guys. Please make sure you share your predictions in the comments below. We always enjoy them, don't we? But we are going to be back doing our live streams tomorrow, our weight parties, and we'll be bringing you all of the information, as much action as we possibly can. And we hope you will join us there.
Don't forget, guys, like, share, subscribe to the channel. We'll catch you very soon.